guys, and welcome to Theory Thursday. Today, major chords, minor chords. What's the difference? Let's find out. All right, we're going to jump right into it, and what I have here is I have half steps arranged for you. I want you to think of each of these lines as a half step, meaning the very next possible note in this, which is a chromatic scale. So a chromatic scale basically means if you were to sing the very next note like this, right? That's every single note in one octave. Now, those are called half steps. Every single note is a half step above the previous note. So you'll see now in this diagram, you've got C to C sharp is a half step, whereas C to D is a whole step. So I'm skipping over a key, right? So major third versus minor third is this simple. A minor third is a whole step plus a half step, right? So what's happening is you're going a whole step from C up to D, and then you're adding a half step up to D sharp, and that becomes a minor third. Now, we would call that E flat, but don't worry about that. Basically, what's happening is you're going up a whole step and then up a half step, and that equals a minor third. In order to make a major third, you're going up two whole steps. So you're going from C to D and then D to E. Okay, so this is where stuff gets really cool. Basically, a minor chord is two stacked thirds, and a major chord is two stacked thirds. What that means is you're going to go from the first note, we'll say C, up to its minor or major third, and then you're going to go from that third up to the fifth, which is another third above the third. So 3 up from 1 is 1, 2, 3, and then 3 up from 3 is 3, 4, 5, right? We always start with the number that we're leading from. So here's a minor chord. The blue indicates the minor third at the bottom, where you have C to D sharp, or E flat. In this case, we would call it E flat because of the key signature, but don't worry about that. You've got a minor third on the bottom where you're counting up 3, but it's minor because it's a whole step and a half step because you want the chord to sound minor. And then on the top, you have a major third because triads will always have both living in them. And here is a major chord to prove it. Here you see the major thirds at the bottom of the chord and the minor thirds at the top of the chord. This makes the chord sound major. What's the difference in sound? Happy versus sad. Major's happy, minor's sad. It's that easy. So for a quick audio example, I'm going to play this chord on the piano. So this chord is a C major chord. You have a major third in the bottom, so it's C to E, and then you have a minor third on the top of the chord, E to G, and it's going to sound like this. Very happy. And then this chord is our minor chord, and it's going to have this sound. Sad. Because it has a minor third on the bottom and it has a major third on the top. So the bottom third will always determine the chord, and the top third is always the opposite of whatever the bottom third is. So work on your half steps and whole steps, and this concept's pretty easy. And hopefully this video nails it for you. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Functional Friday, where I talk about the Dumble amp.